Hey everybody, welcome to the Pintastic Silverball Rumble on Tilt on Twitch. I'm Jeff Parsons from the Pinball Players Podcast, and we are getting ready to get the finals underway here. There's been a little bit of an interesting thing that's happened. First of all, the top 24 qualifiers have made it. You can see the brackets on your screen right now, but one of them has dropped out, and we're in the process of putting somebody else in that place. Looks like it's going to be Greg Pavarelli. Still getting that sorted out right now. As soon as that gets done, we'll be ready to play and get this thing underway. How it's going to work, it's best 3 out of 5. The higher seed gets to pick the game or order, and of course the other player gets to pick from there. So it's been some tough competition. I played it, and these games are on some hard settings. In the banks, we've got, you can probably see most of them there, but running down, we've got the Incredible Hulk, the Gottlieb. There is Elvis by Stern. Judge Dredd. Oh, I don't want to talk about Judge Dredd. I had a terrible ball on that. What else we got? We've got Old Chicago. Pinbot is in there. Dolly Parton, which was kind of interesting. I mentioned to a couple people that didn't realize it, that's what Scott Denisi based his prototype for Total Nuclear Annihilation on. And then when you look at it, he's like, oh yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like that in a vague sort of way. And then let's see, what else we got here? Stern's Pinball. Kind of looking around the corner here. Baseball, the EM. We've got the Transporter, and I think finally on the end is X-Men. Oh, I missed the 9-ball. Okay. We're kind of set up like in an area where we can't really see the full banks from here. Great turnout for Pintastic, as it always has. If you have not been to Pintastic, it's worth coming up for the drive. Some great seminars happening here. Last night we had Bowen on trying to destroy 9 reactors on Total Nuclear Annihilation. One of the best. I don't know if they're going to stream the video of that's going to be up. It wasn't streamed, but it was recorded. But he hit. I went for I think his 4th reactor. Hit the target almost at the exact same time he tilted and didn't get the reactor, which everyone just went nuts for. He also had a Lazarus ball that he walked away from and could have gotten it back, but didn't happen. So let's see here. Players are also not allowed. I'm just getting some notes here as we go along. Players are also not allowed to wait for games. So if they want to play a game that they choose, they've got to wait. If it's being played, they'll have to wait. Seen a lot of people here. Mrs. Pin and Dr. Pin from Mrs. Pin's podcast are here with the Pincess and Pinderella. It was great to meet them. Ron Hallett is here. He's actually made it into the finals. He's been shooting good. He came in 4th at Pinmania last weekend, and now makes it into the finals here at the Silverball Rumble. Levy, come sit down. Come sit down. He's here. Levy Neiman's here. Hey, you're in the finals, dude.
I know, but I'm not in the first round, so
you got to buy, huh?
I'm going to call a game with you.
So what's going on over there?
Well, we're discussing the rules. No extra balls. During the qualifying, extra balls were in play on about half of these games, either because they were too lazy or could not figure out how to change the settings.
Right.
But now you'll be plunging your extra balls. Okay. So you can go for the skill shot, but plunge it. If you play it, you are disqualified.
So somebody did not show up? Is that what's going on?
Steve Keeler, in a shocker, has to deal with his wizard machine over there, which they cannot take apart because it's got a stripped female bolt on the EM, which is going to require sawing or drilling. So Steve Keeler decided not to play. There is there's some speculation. Some people think perhaps there's shenanigans. The big winner of this is Greg Pavarelli.
Yeah,
who now sneaks in.
He came over to me and said he got knocked out from some extra entries at somebody, and then
he had a parking lot story. Long story short, he beefed and he didn't qualify. But lucky for him, Keeler decided he's too busy to play. Whether or not there were considerations involved, we may never know.
Waparelli makes it in,
but he gets in. Yeah. So,
what do you think about the show this year?
Oh, great show. It's a lot of vendors come here, so you can buy new games. Free play room had a nice mix of stuff. The extra ball lounge for the VIPs always has top games. And there was another room where they were doing a New Hampshire Pinball Club. Was doing a really fun pin golf. which I won last night. It's $152.
Nice, man. You're blowing it up.
So we're all pretty excited about that.
All right, so you're in the second round. You got to buy the first time around.
Yeah,
so
it looks like I'll be playing
shape.
Ed or Eric.
Okay, very cool. Still getting things sorted out over there.
They are.
Have you played? Did you get to play Houdini? Or have you played it yet?
I have played it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
My mother always told me if I don't have anything nice to say. I'm going to go get some water, and I'll be right back.
Do you mean G Fuel?
Yeah. I got to get ready for my match.
All right. We'll see you in a bit. So, someone's asking for a link to the qualifying rounds.
What's that?
I think, we'll put that up in the chat for you.
And also, only top 8 get paid out. The number 1 winner is going to take home about $1,300.
Nice.
5 through 8 are going to take home $180, and then the top 5 are in between. So it's a nice, healthy payout. Everybody's pretty psyched to get some pinball going.
Get some more cash. You get some more cash going home with you.
Yeah, hopefully. You need some water or anything?
I'm good. Thanks. Levy will be back. We're still getting ready to get things going here a little bit. Like I was saying, if you haven't been to Pintastic, plan on it next year. It's a great show. It keeps getting better and better. The whole staff here does an amazing job putting this thing together. And every year it, like I said, just keeps getting better and better. They've got a bunch of Iron Maidens here. The seminars have been great. Tonight it's going to be George Gomez talking about what's going on with Stern Pinball. So they've gotten some great lineups with that. So really an all-around great show. And if you get into that VIP room that Levy was talking about, you kind of get some time alone or with less of a group to play some of the primo games like Houdini and such. So, like I said, still waiting for things to get going, but we wanted to at least get everybody up to date on what's happening. Let's see. Your channel deleted the link. Someone says channel delete with link to the Never Drains. Yeah, we got it up there. No. You get it? We'll get that squared away for you. All right, games are getting fired up now. Again, how this works is top seed gets to pick the game or the order, and then whatever they don't choose will go to the second player. And it looks like we're starting out on Pinbot. All right, we're starting out on Pinbot. We've got I can't read the name under there because I got a little thing over, but Ed Giardina and Jason Flord on Pinbot. I played this one earlier. It wasn't a terribly tough game, but you get punished pretty badly if you miss your shot. A couple of them I totally bricked and went right out. Didn't even have a chance to recover. So this is Ed up right now. Of course, most people familiar with Pinbot. Open the visor, lock your balls. I don't know what the setting is on this for solar value. Typically the jackpot, the progressive jackpot that builds. I'm not sure what they've got that set as, but we'll find out as this goes along. One more shot to get the visor open, and there it is. Nice trap up on the right. Let's see if he can stick the landing here. There's one. And into the 100,000 skill shot. That should be, I can't see the bottom, but I think that should be, I don't know if he got the first one or not, but it's at least 100,000. 2 if he got the first. And there's the second into multi-ball. Here they come. Trap on the left. And unfortunately there goes one before he could get it done. So visor will close and it's off to opening it back up again. Well, the visor always takes we got Ed on Pinbot. He just opened up the visor, got a multi-ball, but couldn't get anything done. He's right here. That's Ed right there. He's playing Jason Flord.
All right. So he's got the visor open. He's got a ball locked.
He's got.
No, he doesn't have a.
No, he doesn't. He got the multi-ball started, but
oh, okay. He was getting his second multi-ball.
Yeah, and it takes forever for that visor to close.
Right. Well, what you have to do is hit a shot, which is what he did. The good news is that should still be moving for a one-shot open on his next ball. All right, here comes Jason. I think Jason is an upstate New York guy.
Yep.
Look at the intensity in his eyes. All right, so one shot on that moving visor will open it.
And I noticed that this Jackpot, of course, is a similar game to this, and I noticed that there's a difference in the way that the two of them cycle. With Pinbot, there's usually a pause before it changes the direction. And I got caught one time on Jackpot thinking it was just like Pinbot.
Oh, right.
And it immediately switches to that. So when you're trying to get that one shot, you've got to actually be different than you are on Pinbot.
Jeff, looks like he panic flipped there and really didn't get a chance to open it. Now, what makes that a little difficult is on this game is set up, it will not remember your settings.
Okay.
So if he does not get that open, which he didn't, I think he will have to start that grid again.
All right.
Slaps his hands in frustration.
Do you know, did they make any modifications as far as the solar value and the progressive Jackpot?
I believe it starts at 500 and then goes to 750.
All right.
Another thing to note on this particular machine is that it has a very noticeable lean to the left. So it's super easy to trap up on the left. It's also super easy to drain on the left. It's harder to trap on the right, and it is harder to drain on the right. Okay. Although Craig proved me wrong.
Ed's got that skill shot nailed down.
No, he was a little early. Oh, he was a little early, so he did not open the visor.
I think his skill shot was worth 200, so he got it on the last one. So he's got that one nailed down.
He's got 850 is not a bad way to start, especially with Craig not getting much done. And Craig, see, as I said, now has to do the entire visor over again.
Yep.
It did not remember his progress. So if you don't get that skill shot on the visor, it really puts you in the hole on this particular Pinbot. Bouncing around.
That's trouble.
Goes to that left, goes to that hungry lean to the left outline.
That side to side is just a killer in this game.
So he doesn't have much. He's going to have his work cut out for him on ball 3, regardless of what Ed does. Now, these are best of 5. So you win 3 games and you move on to the next round. And the loser of this game will pick order or game selection.
Yep.
And there's no waiting for games, so it will limit what people are allowed to pick.
That'll keep things moving.
It will keep things moving. And of course,
nice save.
Nice in lane. I don't know that he did much to save it, but gravity helped him again with that lean. If I'm him, I'm thinking of maybe just getting some points because he's got a decent lead.
Yeah.
He might lose the ball going for that visor. And if he shoots that game saucer shot, there's some points in there. Also, he could get his extra ball and possibly get another lucrative skill shot.
Yep. He does have that dialed in, so.
By the way, nice backhand on the ramp. What did he get there? I don't know what he got. He got about 100,000 off of that. He's almost got that visor open, but you can see how dangerous that can be. But in the end, I guess it's just too lucrative to pass up.
Yeah.
One more shot will do it to the right. Now, another thing with this crazy lean is it makes shots. There it is.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah, it's open.
And extra ball lit.
Yeah, and the extra ball is lit. Oh, beefs that shot. Oh, hits the center. See what I mean? Because that left lean, it's going to the left. Oh, that's trouble. Oh, gets out of it.
Extra ball. It wasn't the lights out, but he got it.
Yeah. Oh, he did get it. Yeah. So that'll set up a skill shot opportunity. He's not going to get that skill shot. That's 10,000 points, though. And he needs the left eye. He needs. Cue up your TLC albums. He needs the left eye.
No.
And that's it.
Good ball though, and he's got the extra plunge.
Yep, and he could get 200,000 points off of this, I believe. There might be 300.
There might be 3. I think he's hit it twice.
Let's see. No, he's going to get 15,000.
Yeah, it was 3x.
Yeah.
So.
But 15,000 is nice, and he'll get some more bonus. So that's going to give him about 1 million points lead. Not a lot of bonus there. So there's the bonus. So he's going to have 1 million points on Craig, which is certainly one multi-ball, and he could be right back in it here. This is pinball excitement.
There it is. Skill shot for 100.
Good start.
He's got some work to do.
But again, he's got that entire visor.
Yep.
That's what.
And there it goes.
All right, so that's it for game one. He's going to be down 0-1. We're now going to switch, I suppose, to X-Men.
Yep. All right, coming on.
All right, we're going to switch over to X-Men now, which is Greg Pavarelli and Jerry Bernard. I do not know who won their first game. Well, that information.
I think I got it right here.
Their first game was Dolly Parton, picked by Jerry. All right, here's Greg Pavarelli. Greg, the beneficiary of some timely luck with Steve Keeler from the world-famous Rock Fantasy, developing technical problems, forcing him to sit out this round. At least that's the official story, Jeff.
So tell me about X-Men. What's the best approach to this?
See that captive ball on the left, mid-left? That's normally a giant plastic figure. They've replaced it with a captive ball, which is better.
Yep.
Hitting that 4 or 5 times will start a multi-ball. Hitting those lock lights in the center will light that lock. Will light locks around the playfield, and then 3 locks there will start another multi-ball. There's modes. There's an add-a-ball shot on the left if it's blinking the scoop. It's pretty much your basic board rules game. Greg had a pretty unprofitable first ball with 630. Jerry Sabb now is, I'm not sure where we stand in this series, but I guess it's, you see he's got his lock lit.
Yep.
So that's 1 lock. Now he's got to light those again to light a second lock. And it's interesting to see Jerry just going straight for that instead of the Wolverine. Most people seem to like to get a mode going and then start with that Wolverine. Second lock is lit. You'll see it's the right orbit and also that upper right flipper shot. The 2 green blocks.
What about the captive ball makes it better than having the Wolverine figure?
Just because that's a giant yellow plastic thing that always falls apart.
Yep.
And, I mean, in home use or whatever, I mean, as a player, I just kind of liked it better.
Yeah.
It's less ungainly. It's not in the way.
Yep.
But most people would prefer probably to have the original giant plastic Wolverine figure, which will eventually break.
Yes.
All right, is that lock 2? No.
Not quite.
And he's in a mode here. You see if he shoots that mutant shot on the left. Oh, there's another lock.
There's the lock.
Nice start for Jerry. That's 2 locks on ball 1.
The kick out of that lock looks pretty dangerous, though.
You know what? It looks it, but I always found that it would head over to the right flipper.
Okay.
I suppose if that disc is spinning, it might get you. Oh,
Ooh.
Danger from Jerry, but he survives. Only takes 1 danger. And his 3rd lock is lit. Very nice start for Jerry. I will tell you that the tilts on almost all these games are very, very reasonable by tournament standards.
Okay.
So the players have enjoyed smacking these games around a little bit. Oh, Jerry hits a mutant shot. Very nice. Got some points there. Oh, he starts his mode. So, or he lights his mode? Yes, he can now pick a mode. I'm not really a rules guy in this game.
Yeah,
I can't tell you what's the most
I don't know what the villain here does.
But
honestly.
all those shots are mode shots.
There he lost it.
Oh, he did lose it. That's too bad.
Yeah. Not a bad start.
Not a bad start, but it would have been nice to play that mode with the multi-ball.
Yep.
Now it looks like he's going to have to go into the mode without the multi-ball. But a good lead for Jerry going into ball 2.
So yeah, here comes Greg.
Let's see if Greg can put some points in the breadbasket. And we're joined by John Borg, who I'm guessing had something to do with this game, X-Men?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps.
I worked on that game all by myself until they gave me a mechanical engineer to work.
Get that microphone over near him so we can hear it.
Special guest in the booth, John Borg.
Hello, everybody.
John helped design this game. He is not responsible for the captive ball. As you may notice, the Wolverine figure has been removed.
Yes.
How do you feel about this controversial modification?
Actually, I really prefer the character there. That whole game was pretty much laid out and produced the way I designed it from the get-go, but that Wolverine mechanism changed 3 times during the course of the project, and the Wolverine that's there today is supposed to be final. Originally, the character had a twisting motion, and his claw would swat the ball off the magnet.
That was getting in the way, though, right?
It was kind of cool, but if we'd gone that route, his arm probably would have fallen off.
Is that? Oh, he's got to light this. He's got to light the lock again now to get his multi-ball started. Correct? Yeah, 1 more. So you basically have to lock 4 balls. And Greg had a pretty beefy ball 2, unfortunately. He was going for these side targets, and John, that lights your Hellfire multi-ball and your Brotherhood multi-ball.
Yeah.
So Greg was trying to get those other multi-balls lit, but he drained as a result. And now Jerry's going, that's nice. Now Jerry's going to a multi-ball with a lead in ball 2. So he's got to be feeling good about this.
And this, by the way, the LE version, so that's what that moving ramp has. It might not be on all games.
So in this multi-ball, you're just going for these jackpot shots, right?
Uh-huh.
And the out of ball is lit. That's that scoop on the left. I think he got it. Yeah, it's sitting in there. And wow, balls are flying. Jackpots are getting scored. Villain qualified. Now, he can't start that villain until after the multi-ball, right? Okay. So
I don't want to play this guy.
Jerry, no, nobody likes playing Jerry. Jerry famous for Jerry balls, where one ball. Jerry will come in with a Jerry ball, and in one ball will blow up. You see, he's got 3 balls still in play. He's picking off jackpots. Again, it's unfortunate he wasn't able to start the multi-ball last ball with the mode, but making the most of his modeless multi-ball here, I would say. 800,000 point jackpots. And I suppose defeating that enemy there will light his super jackpot. Nice control by Jerry. Is he still in multi-ball? Yes.
Yep, he is.
Oh, nice. Jerry, often regarded as a classics guy, but clearly he can flip on the newer machines. Keeping that ball stowed, trying to pick off more jackpots. And there's an auction going off on a Guardians of the Galaxy right next to us.
Over for this for a second. I'll be back.
Thanks for stopping by, John.
You bet. Absolutely.
John rocking the appetite for destruction. Sure. Could that mean a Guns N' Roses pinball machine is coming from Stern? We'll just have to wait. Try not to read too much into it, folks.
Yeah, no.
But I think there's a Guns N' Roses. But I think there's a Guns N' Roses vault coming. Don't tell anybody though. Keep that between just us and the Twitch streamers. All right, is Jerry still in multi-ball?
No.
No, he's out of multi-ball. He's going to have a little bit of bonus coming to him. Good ball by Jerry. Pressure is on Greg Pavarelli. You can see. That's not bad. That would have been a mid-range score in qualifying just off the 17 million.
All right.
That was better than the score I had on my qualifying ticket.
So what's Greg got to do here if he's going to catch?
Greg needs to start a multi-ball, and he needs to stop screwing around with those side targets. I don't see why he's doing that. All right, he's lit one of his locks. He needs to get that lock. Way late on these shots. He's hitting these side targets, which is causing that side-to-side motion, which is getting him in trouble.
Yep.
He needs to start Wolverine multi-ball. Again, I still think he's going for those. All right, he did lock a ball there. Survives that in lane. He's still going for those side targets. I don't know why he's doing that. He needs to just get in a multi-ball. See, every time he hits those things, it's creating that side-to-side motion. All right. Yep, see, there he goes. All right, he did qualify his multi-ball. Let's see if he can get it going. There it is. All right, so he can pick a multi-ball now.
Those people are not applauding for him.
No. No, they're applauding for the auction. And this is a charity auction on the Guardians of the Galaxy machine. We'll let you know what that goes for. All right, Greg's in a multi-ball. I don't know much about this multi-ball, but it looks like you shoot the red arrows.
That would be my guess, yeah. Which he hasn't got. Well, there we go.
Yeah, it's a 2-ball multi-ball, and it looks like it's over. Nope, 3-ball multi-ball, and he's still got 2 in play, I'm sorry.
And there it is. It's over.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right, that's it. So he can start a mode here. So he could start a mode now, and he can get into his other multi-ball. I think we might see him do that. Yeah, see, he's going for that. That's only 2 or 3 hits that he needs. And there it is. I think he's in his multi-ball. Yes, he's in his Weapon X multi-ball with the mode running. This is a pretty simple multi-ball. You shoot one of those red arrows, and then you shoot the Wolverine target. And that's how that works.
The captive ball.
Yeah, the captive ball. So this is what Greg needs to do. I mean, he's in multi-ball. He's got...
Well, he was in multi-ball.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yep.
All right, but not a very profitable multi-ball. I guess now the safe thing to do. Oh, he's going for those side targets again. He really likes that. As Jerry watches on.
Peace. Thanks for the follow on Tilt.
All right, he's got his second locklet. Hey, what'd it go for? 4,900. All right, 4,900 for the Hood Foundation. No, the 200 Foundation. Caring, commitment, and community. All right, Greg has his second locklet or his third now. Oh, he misses that lock shot and drains, and that's it.
That puts him down 2-0 at this point. He didn't win the first one, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hey, Pat. Paul, is Greg down 2-0 or 1-1? 2-0. All right, Greg is down 2-0 now. Yeah. So he's going to pick the next game. He's probably going to pick Elvis. Yeah. Greg is a new game guy.
And at this point, we won't be able to follow them there.
We won't. I guess we're going back to...
We'll do more of that once we get to the next round. We've got
sure.
So, anyone... We'll see what's going on. We'll see where we're at here in a second.
Our host might be able to move the camera and get another game going. This is just Phantom Jerry plunging out his victory ball.
They are going to Elvis, though.
Oh, we are?
Going to Elvis. Okay.
They are.
They are. We can't.
Okay. All right, they're going to Elvis. We aren't. But as the results come in, we'll let you guys know. So we're going back to the other game. We're sticking with. Somebody will probably pick X now.
Yeah.
And what's the other game we got?
Pinball's what we're on right now.
Oh, okay.
Those seem to have been the popular picks.
Yeah, it's my belief you're going to see a ton of Elvis, Pinbot, X-Men, Dread, and then whatever the wild card is. Most of these people, except for some of these guys who are the classics dudes, most of these people are probably going to avoid these older games, and you're going to be seeing a lot of these same picks, I think. I personally am thinking in that vein for what I'll be picking or playing, but we'll see. But it's not about me now. Who will I be playing? I'll be playing Ed or Eric.
So, yeah. Okay, yep. So, by the way, if you like what you're seeing, make sure you follow on Tilt. We appreciate the follows. And Mark Patnode, who is the guy that set this up, is doing a great job to make this all happen.
Awesome. So, good job, Mark.
So, he's a great guy. He's from Arcadia National Bar in Portland. If you ever visit Maine, come to Portland. That's where you got to go for some pinball. It's a lot of fun, great vibe there, and really love to have you if you get up to Portland, Maine. Do it in the summer. Don't do it in the winter. It's
right.
Maine in the winter. You don't want that.
And lobster, I would assume, is readily available in the area?
Lobster is readily available, and it's cheaper than you will get it anywhere else. In fact,
cheaper and tastier.
People even buy it right off the docks, right off the boat.
I once purchased a 20-pound lobster there.
Wow.
With some friends. It fed 10 people twice.
Well, you see, the bigger the lobster, the more it's not as tender.
The tail maybe, but that claw was
good.
And the body meat, just like the little feelers.
Oh yeah.
You don't believe and you know what? It wasn't like 6 feet long.
Yep.
But it was bulked up like a linebacker.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. I still have the claw in my apartment all these years later.
No, not 1-on-1, 2-0.
2-0 on Pavarelli.
Yeah,
Greg's down 2-0. He lost to Allie Parton.
So we're just waiting to get somebody on the other two games that we've got here because right now it's a lot of people playing, tougher to move the cameras, but next round we'll be able to do it a little bit better. So yeah, this has been a pretty good show. Like I said, if you ever can get out to Pintastic, definitely worth the drive or the flight or wherever you're coming from. And this show keeps getting bigger and bigger as things go on. And a lot of Stern people are here this time around.
Oh yeah, pretty much everybody but Tim Sexton is here.
Where is he?
He's working on a new machine, possibly that Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
But we'll never know really until it comes out.
Lyman's up here.
And Lyman, big surprise, did not play. He said yesterday he was going to put in a ticket.
Really?
I guess he was just too busy. He's got family around here.
Yep.
He took in a U2 concert last week.
Oh, nice.
In Boston.
Yep.
But we got Lyman, we got Borg, we got... Is that it?
Gomez is here.
Gomez is
here.
Yeah,
he's doing a seminar tonight about where Stern is at this point. So.
And where is Stern?
That's a good question.
Stern
I think he's good. They're doing all right.
Sitting pretty.
They're doing all right. That Iron Maiden is really something else. What do you think about that game?
Great game.
Yeah.
I find it a little frustrating. I'm not good at it consistently.
Yep.
but I have a feeling we're going to be seeing it in tournaments for decades to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think Stern's making the right moves too by hiring people that actually play pinball to design
young guys
games.
who play pinball, who want to work there. I happen to know a lot of people who work there were working elsewhere and decided on a career change to fulfill their passion, which is pinball.
We're over at Pinball.
All right, Maya qualified on the strength of a gigantic game on Bobby Orr, and here we are on Pinball. She is playing Cherry. No, she's not playing Cherry. I forgot who she's playing.
Let's see, she is playing. We'll get that graphic fixed here in a second. And that Bobby Orr, by the way, has a power ball in it.
It does.
Oh, look at that! Oh, she almost got that.
Oh, we're about to find out. She's playing. Not Ed. Ed's just looking on.
That was a good effort. Almost got that out of that out lane.
All right, tight game. And,
Ron Hallett.
Oh, Ron Hallett Jr. Ron Hallett wearing his signature cell phone holster. As he approaches. Oh, he nails a skill shot for 100,000 points. Very nice.
Ron's been on a tear here. He finished 4th at Pinmania last weekend. He made it into the finals here. He's a good player.
He is a good player. World famous podcaster.
Yes.
One of Albany's finest.
Yep. You were part of that cluster Vuck he had on his.
Oh, that was fun, yeah.
Yep.
That was the only podcast I've ever done.
I've got one you could come on.
Could I come on your podcast?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
We'll see. All right, is he going to get that thing? He's got about 2 shots to open this thing up. And again, you really want to do it. I wouldn't even be messing around with the other shots. Because again, if you don't open it, you start from scratch on your next ball. So don't take the risk, just get it open.
I found that one out the hard
There's
way.
one,
and one more.
He's going to be early on this, watch.
Yep.
I told you, because of that lean.
Yep.
Why don't these guys listen to me?
Must have rebounded.
I think he got it there. Oh, it rebounded against the side?
I think it did.
All right. So in principle, I was right, but in practice, I was wrong. Misses that shot.
And
there's a lock. Now give him another shot at that skill shot for 200.
And a little too much.
Oh, another one. 40,000. He did make the big one.
Oh, and that's out.
Out that thirsty left out lane. All right, he's got a little bit of a lead here. Maya is coming up, and does she have her visor open? No, it does not look like it.
I think we're on ball 2.
Yeah, Ron's going to have his visor open. Maya is not. Skill shot. It's 100,000. Vortex power. Oh boy, that was a can of worms, but she survives. Goes to that left, I guess, trying to set up another skill shot, but it's going to be tough because that ball's always going to want to go to the left.
Yep.
So shooting that left ramp to get another skill shot seems also. Another thing that this lean does is make passing the ball to the right very difficult on a post.
Yep.
But she made it look easy, so never mind. Oh boy, nice little bump there. As soon as she smelled out that trouble. All right, she's all in on the visor. Flailing wildly at the visor, but I think it's the right thing to do. Oh, really early on that shot, but it does ricochet in. You can see it drifting back towards the left every time it hits that open space.
I would imagine that the targets on the right are the safer ones in this case.
Yeah, and then especially you can ricochet it up and hit it's open.
It's open. She's got it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
way early.
There's one already in there, so she's got to lock it in the other.
And she did. It was early again, as I said. You see a lot of early shots off that left flipper because of the lean. Oh, hits that center. The bridge of the robot's nose.
That seems to be.
Oh, there it is again.
If there were points for that, everyone would be way ahead because everyone hits that center.
Oh, it rejects. Oh, that's unfortunate. Although I don't know if she was shooting in the. I think she shot in the eye that already had a ball in it.
Yeah, maybe.
Was the problem.
Yep.
So it did not reject, but they're pretty much tied up.
They're close.
Yeah.
This is a close game. All right, so Ron's got one in the lock. He's got to get one in the left to get it going.
One in the lock.
And skill shot for 2. No, 1.
Yeah,
I thought he had
it's
one.
per ball.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So if you get an extra ball or lock balls, then it will go up.
Yep.
Kind of flailing wildly a little bit, a little out of control. bails out there to save it. All right. He wants that left eye, and he's late this time. Oh, boy. You can see that. There it is. Nope, a little early. Catches his breath. Again early. See how that just hugs those drop targets and goes over to the left? All right, that was not sure quite what he was shooting at. All right, yelling at himself. Oh, now he's late. All right, I bet this last time he gets it.
This is it. This is the shot.
Nope.
No.
Nope. This is coming back. Saved by the lean.
Yep. Lodging Dolphin, thanks for the follow.
Is that going to make it around?
Not quite. And that's danger.
Come on, Ron. Ron.
Right in there.
Let's get it in there. Come on, buddy. Oh, boy.
Center.
He's had 7 or 8 shots at that thing. Now, there it is.
It is. All right. Now let's see what he can do.
Double scores. And also, the goal in this is very simple multi-ball is lock a ball back in the visor and shoot the left ramp for, I believe, 500,000. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And gone.
And you know what? Yeah, it's not going to do it.
No. Left didn't help him out on that one.
But, all right, so now he hits the left ramp. That's going to reset his skill shot. He can now get this visor again open on one shot.
And there he goes.
And he can get 200 here.
Which he did.
That's very nice.
That's going to be a big help.
That's a big, big boom. All right, traps up. Now he's going to try to get his visor open again. Nailed it.
Oh.
Yeah, he got it.
And that's the harder one to do. I typically would try to get the one on the end.
Yeah, he just saw it coming and went for it. And that's it.
Oh, no.
But he's got a good score. He's going to get
$250,000
another 50,000 bonus or so. More than that with the planets.
Yep.
He's going to get a little more bonus on top of that.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, so
Samaya's got work.
Yeah, she's about halfway
She's
there.
got one ball in there.
You know, one multi-ball. No.
Almost ate.
You know, she's just thinking multi. If she can get one jackpot, she'll win this game.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
That's trouble.
Nice. She gave it a nice little bounce there to save it, right? Left eye she wants. Nailed it.
So here we go. Lock one in.
No, she's got to get the second.
Oh, right. I thought she already had a lock.
Well, they both came out.
They both came out. Yeah, right. That's right. That's right.
All right. Up.
Oh.
Very nice.
Oh!
All right, let's see if she's not a little early. She's up early again.
Yep.
Got to start compensating for that hardcore lane if she gets another chance. Nice inlane. Let's think about that inlane for a second, Maya. Oh, boy. All right. She's going to get some control here. Let's see if she can compensate for that early shot. Yes, she nailed it. Perfect. All right.
Now
she wants to lock a ball in the eye and shoot the left ramp and win the game. It's pretty simple at this point.
Oops.
Here it is. No. All right, she will get 2x, whatever that is. Not much. That's it. That's the end of her multi-ball. And that's trouble. And Ron's going to take this one.
Yep. I don't know where they're sitting at this point as far as their previous game, but Ron goes up at least 1-0. I don't think we're getting real-time updates as far as
not in the bracket.
Match. Yep. So back over to X-Men. We've got Ed Zelman and Eric Moberg.
Oh, nice. Do a little scouting because I'll be playing one of these guys next round.
There you go. Oh.
You got any updates for us? Sure.
Nick Sandeas, everybody. Missed you at Pin Mania this year.
What's up?
We missed you at Pin Mania this year. Defend your title.
I'll take one, you know.
Hey, you got any results for us? What happened to you?
Still playing.
What's your... You're up 2-1 over
Craig.
Craig, yes. All right, this is Ed and Eric. I'm assuming Ed picked this because he's going first. Ed Zelman, another upstate New York guy or Jersey. I think he's upstate New York. Famous for his Halloween parties.
Oh, really?
Yes, he turns his house into a house of horrors and terrorizes local children. It's great because he has this really cool, like friendly-looking giant pumpkin that kind of lures the kids in, and then he like attacks them with a chainsaw and a Leatherface mask.
Oh my God!
And then at the end, when they're all completely terrified and basically like shitting themselves. He gives them a huge bag of candy so they don't tell their parents. It's a great time if you can ever go to his place for Halloween. Oh, and he misses that shot, drains out the left outline. Is that the game?
Nope, that's ball 2, I believe.
All right, it's ball 2.
Jay Killjoy, thanks for the follow.
Welcome, Jay. All right, tight game. Hey, Ed, what's your series? What's your series at? All right, so it's 0 and 2. All right, so it's 2-1. All right, so this series currently is Eric with 2 and Ed Zelman with 1, and they're in the middle of a game of X-Men. So
he's going for multi-ball, obviously.
So Eric, if he wins this, will win the series.
Yep.
So a lot on the line for Eric Moberg here.
Well,
And that's interesting because then I would play Eric, so I should probably pay attention. See what his weaknesses are.
That release out of that lock still, I mean, you're right, it always goes to that right flipper.
Yeah, it goes over to the right flipper.
But boy, it looks so...
I know, and I have played these before. It comes right down the middle and you kick the game.
Yep.
And then you get a yellow card. So do you see any obvious weaknesses here I can exploit with Eric Moberg?
Well, haven't seen enough of what he's done yet to really know. But.
Wow, you know, right now his game appears to be impenetrable. Oh, adjust his glasses. Jerry won. All right, Jerry Bernard has moved on, defeating Greg Waparelli. So Jerry moves on to the next round.
Well, Greg at least got in.
Greg did get in. He'll get some whoppers for his trouble.
Waparelli strikes again.
Hopefully he did not pay Stephen Keeler too much for that spot in the finals. And Eric loses his ball.
All right.
Right down the middle. All right, this is anybody's game, ladies and gentlemen. Ed Zelman playing for his life. Eric Moberg playing for the next round.
You need $1 million. What do you do?
Well, you need more than $1 million because you got to get a good lead.
Right. He's not. Yeah. He's not balling.
What I do is I don't know if he's played his Wolverine multi-ball yet, but hopefully he hasn't, and that's what I'm going for. Although I don't know how many locks he has. It's just going for lit ramp shots now, try to get some flow going. And is he in a mode? Is he about to start one? No, it does not look like it. Yeah, he's just going for safe shots right now. Oh boy, that spinner almost took him out. His villain is qualified, that means he can start a mode. Oh, lets it bounce over, lights another lock. I wonder if that's 3 more for Wolverine. So if he hits that, there he goes.
There
now he's in the Wolverine thing. He should get his mode started, but at this point, he really probably just wants something. And I don't blame him. I would probably just try to get, oh boy. Wow. Why isn't he starting his multi-ball? Oh, Hellfire Club is lit. That's gonna be a multi-ball. There it is. He starts one of those side target multi-balls. No, he doesn't. He starts Sentinels, and now he's going to try to bring in Wolverine with it. Or did he just start?
He just started
Magneto.
He just started Magneto, yep. All right, got an update. Eric won Judge and Dolly. Ed won 9-ball.
All right, so it is 2-1.
It is 2-1.
And Ed Zelman now is in this multi-ball. He's got a mode going. This is a good spot for him to be in. He can light his Add-A-Ball by lighting all of his inlands, for villain. That's a little tricky to do when you're in a multi-ball. See how that is? You can move him around. But right now, he's just going for points. He's got his multi-ball. He's got his mode. He's getting some good value out of his shots now. Oh, nice. He almost lost his multi. 1 away from getting his Add-A-Ball lit. Let's see if he can pull that off. Jackpots raining down like mutants from the sky.
The most color in a commentary from Levy.
Well, what happened? Does he have his villain lit? All right, I don't really know the rules. We got to call John back over.
Yeah, I'm not sure on this much.
John Borg unhappy with the modification on this game to remove. All right, his multi-ball's over, but he takes the lead.
Well, I get it. You know, you build something and then people just say, nope, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
I could see the hurt. All right, now, is he going to start that Hellfire multi-ball, or was I wrong about that? We'll see.
You got more now? I don't know.
Oh, more time than mode.
Yep.
All right, so he won't be picking a mode. He will be trying to get more mode shots, and I think just at this point, he's just thinking pad his lead.
Yep.
Try to take it again.
Wolverine.
Oh, there's his Wolverine. Great. With the mode gone.
Yep. So this one again is you shoot.
Shoot one of those lit shots up top, and then shoot the Wolverine.
All right.
Or right now, shoot the Wolverine as it's lit.
Yep.
But after that, and it looks like all these shots are lit anyway because he's in a mode. So it's rather confusing. Shoot the red arrows. Seems to be the name of the game at this point.
That kick out of those pops is rough.
It is rough.
Comes fast.
Yeah, Ed's doing a nice job here at getting his lead, adding his lead. I mean, this is a very good score at this point.
I can't remember what Eric had.
He's only got about 2 or 3 million.
Okay.
And this is a pretty good score, so Eric's going to have to get a couple multi-balls just like he did, I think, if he wants to compete. More points. Another nice combo shot.
So if Eric can pull this out, he'll advance.
Correct, and if not, they'll go to a game 5.
Yep.
Atta-ball.
Atta-ball, he's back
All right.
in it.
Ed Zelman. Ed, by the way, probably listening to Pantera.
Really?
I've asked him about this.
Yep.
He's a headphone guy, and he likes to listen to the upbeat stuff, the fast stuff, the loud stuff. And displaying a vulgar display of power here on this multi-ball, keeping it going. What? I've not seen a Weapon X multi-ball go this long in a long while. He has...
Whoa. Those magnets.
Yeah, big points. 2 million points on that shot. Still in the multi-ball. I think he might have completed his mode. I have no idea, but he's got points, and that's going out. He might get one more for the road. Nope.
They both go out.
Drains it.
But great ball.
Yeah, that was best case for him. I'm sure he's very happy with that ball. Put on another
27 million.
Yeah, 27.5. Eric has his work cut out for him. He's got a lock lit. We do not know how many locks he has, so he might be getting close to that Magneto.
He can do the same thing that Ed did. They were basically about in the same spot.
Correct. Absolutely. Skill shot here is you want to plunge it shallow enough so it falls to that upper right flipper, and then do what he just did. All right, lock
Locks
3,
them all.
so he's close.
Yep.
What he's trying to do there is get his mode started, I think. You can see he can start a mode now in the left scoop. So he's got to do 2 things. One, he's certainly got to hit that stand-up to get his lock lit. He missed it. And then if he could, it would be nice to get that mode started, too. Oh boy, that's a danger. All right, his lock's lit. Let's see if he goes for the multi-ball or if he goes for the mode.
Which would you do?
I would go for the mode. He's got a lot of ground to make up. I would shoot that left scoop, which is not a difficult shot. The problem is the feed out of the scoop is not that friendly.
Yep.
Nope, he just wants to get his multi-ball going. I don't blame him, but in this kind of hole, I would probably try to get my mode started. But I'm not playing, and Eric is. And he gets his multi-ball started? No.
But you are taking notes.
I am taking notes, yeah. Well, I've played Ed plenty of times. I've never played Eric before.
Okay. Whoops.
The thing is, he's like missing his shots anyway. Just get the mode started. All right, well, now he's going. There it is. All right.
And he's happy about it.
He's very happy about it.
Here we go.
The man is pumped.
He needs about, 20 million?
Like a freshly installed Goodyear, he is pumped. He needs about 20 million, yeah. More than 20 million. But he's almost got his Atta-ball lit too, which is nice. It's so hard to kind of do that on purpose.
Yep.
I guess he's got to do it twice. I think you have to spell those things twice, the in lanes. Balls everywhere. All right, he's getting close to his super, I believe.
And where's the super?
Well, I think once you hit enough of these jackpots to fill up your enemy list, your enemy bar there, it'll light a super, I think, in the middle. I don't really know. I'm sure somebody in the chat is chiming in now.
Somebody will tell us.
But, unfortunately, the chat is very small font. I cannot read it. And you know what? I think as your broadcaster, I owe it to you to stay focused on the action. All right, he's got a nice triple trap here as he tries to get his Atta-ball lit, and it's still not lit.
I like Adam says you can spot an in lane by shooting the scoop.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, why isn't his Atta-ball lit? He's done it 3 times now. All right, I'm giving up on that Atta-ball. Maybe he already got it. And he is still hunting jackpots. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it for the multi-ball. He's not too happy with that. He was hoping.
1.7.
You can tell by the disgust on his face, he was hoping he would come out of it with a little more. But now he can start a mode, and then he can start Wolverine, which is the same thing that Ed did, I believe.
Takes a little break. Gets ready.
Resets. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of X-Men today, would be my guess.
Oh, yes. Yep. It's the newest game we've got in the bank.
Yep. Yeah, it is. Is he in Wolverine yet? No, but he's close. Oh, that's trouble.
You got it.
Nope. A nice double inland there saved him. Oh, nice save, nice. No danger. Very expressive player is Eric Moberg. All right. lolls his tongue about. He does not seem interested in Wolverine. Perhaps he already got his Wolverine, or perhaps he just wants safe shots.
That's gonna do it.
And perhaps the game is over. They're tied up at 2-2. I think he just said, "I tried."
Yeah, I think that's pretty good at lip reading. All right. So.
All right.
Oh, we
got some results.
Some results. So.
Alberto. Hey, what's this guy? We had results. All right, here's results. Dan beats Eric to play Alberto. Jerry beats Greg to play Paul Karras. Eric and Ed still going. Craig and Nick still going. Nick DeStefano takes out James Swain, one of our tournament hosts. Wow, Porta takes out one of the high seeds, Ed, in an upset to take on Steve Bowden. Mike Pantino loses to Zach. And Bob Matthews will be playing Ron Hallett, who dispensed with Maya. So our final 16 is starting to take shape. Only two left. Perhaps Mark now is trying to get one of these final deciding games on camera. I don't think so. They're not going to let him move stuff around.
Right now, it's kind of we're in a tough spot to move things around at the moment. But once we get into the next round, we'll be able to move things around a little easier. There's a Pirates of the Caribbean right across from us. Have you played that yet?
I have. Neat game. Lots of cool gimmicks. I think home buyers will like it.
This one is one that still has the 3 separate rings, not the new one. Yeah.
I haven't seen one of the new ones yet.
But I guess we should be seeing those soon.
Yep. I was hearing sometime this summer, so perhaps by the end of the summer we'll be seeing those rolling out of the factory in Jersey.
We're getting some info. So we got Ed versus Eric on Pinball, Stearns Pinball.
Oh, wow.
Of all games.
Wow, man, I wish we could watch that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I don't think it's going to happen. Nah, it's not gonna happen. But that, at the very least, that should be a quick game.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go to the viewing area and start hyping myself up.
Good luck. Thanks for coming by.
I won't be seeing you anytime too soon, but if I beef out, I might be back.
We'll be here. Thank you, Levy.
I will send Greg Pavarelli over here. Or not.
No, yeah. By all means.
Yeah, I have a feeling he'll make his way over there.
I think he's going to as well.
No, he didn't fuck up. He gave Greg a chance. Greg did not take the damage.
All right, so we got a little bit of time here before we can get over to another game, but we'll keep you posted with what's going on here. We are only limited to 2 camera rigs at the moment, so it's kind of tough to move them around with people playing, and they're in a position right now to not be able to move them around. But we will get them on some newer games and do some more moving around in the second round as we get there. I was going to tell you guys about. Yeah, the turnout's been great. This room that we're in is a little warm. The AC's it's a really high ceiling, and I think the AC is having a hard time getting the room cooled off. But with all the machines that are in here, this is the vendor room we're in at Pintastic. There's also another room on the other side that is the free play room where people bring their own machines. But you got Rage Tilt is here, Coin Taker has brought games, a lot of different vendors. There's even I don't know if you guys have seen the Pin Box. It's like a cardboard box where you build your own pinball. Just like a little tabletop game. Really cool. They've got a booth set up. Pin Stadium is here, Pin Stadium Lights. Got to play a couple games that I haven't seen with Pin Stadium. I actually haven't seen any games with Pin Stadium at all, but it really does do a pretty awesome job of lighting that up. So, just looking around here, seeing what's going on as we're waiting for time, waiting for things to get set up. Things will shut down here tonight, and then there's one more day tomorrow. The vendor room will be closed, but the free play area will be open. So, and then things wrap up until next year. And then we're only just a couple of weeks away from Replay FX in Pinburg, which is going to be a blast. If you haven't gone or you didn't make it in this year, even if you can go out to Replay FX, it's worth the trip because it's probably the most pinballs you will see under one roof anywhere. All of them on free play with your admission. And they start out being in Pinburg and in the tournament, and as it gets over, they get released over to the free play area. Quite an event. This will be my, I want to say, 5th Pinburg. I was there for a couple years before they moved it to the David L. Lawrence Convention Center, so where it has been since then. Oh, still getting more info on what's going on. So, okay. Craig Morse advances. Well, we can see that right on your screen. So he'll be playing Jay Steinberg, and still waiting on the results of Ed Zelman and Eric Moberg to play Levy. So they currently are on Stern's Pinball. And as soon as that gets wrapped up, we move on to the next round. We'll move some cameras around and have more coverage for you of the Pintastic Silverball Rumble at Pintastic. So stick around, guys. We'll be back in just a bit.
All right, just a little update. Eric is up 450,000 to 200,000 on ball 3 at Stern Pinball. So if Ed Zelman cannot come back, Moberg will be moving on.
Have a seat. Hey everybody, look who I found. It's Mrs. Pin. If you've not listened to Mrs. Pin's podcast, she's awesome. She's fantastic. I can't say enough great things about her. What do you think of Pintastic, huh?
I think it's great.
Yeah? You're all of a sudden now you're like way into pinball, and I've said this before about you, but it all started with that you're watching Jack Danger doing his streaming, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, we hit it at a bad moment where it was a lull in the action. Yep. And then my husband was like, you couldn't podcast any better. And I was like, oh, the hell I can. It was great.
You brought the girls, right?
I did. We're waiting to hear about the results of the kids tournament because last time we checked, our 7-year-old was in first place.
Oh, really? What was she playing?
Flintstones.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
First place.
Well, we'll see. She could have gotten knocked out,
right?
But she was pretty psyched about it.
I bet.
Her score was better than mine.
Do you think they're starting to like pinball more and more every day now? Now that you're taking them to shows?
Yeah, I do. It's still a challenge having them here, but this show was awesome because of they had so many kids things to do. They had face paint and, I don't know, those card pin box games.
Yeah, those are cool, aren't they?
Those were my kids' favorite things here.
You're going home with one, I assume.
Yeah. Dr. Pin, he got suckered into it.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But it should be fun. I don't know. It's like pinball arts and crafts.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
It's fun. So you came up, how long a drive to get up here?
Oh, gosh. We came from the Jersey Shore, so we were on vacation. And then I stupidly thought that it was only going to take like 3.5 hours.
Yep.
That's what the navigator said. And then all of a sudden, we're like being detoured through the Bronx and Manhattan, and there was so much traffic. It took us 7.5 hours to get here.
Wow.
It was brutal, man. It
Well,
was brutal.
That's what happens when these things get planned on 4th of July week.
It was rough. But yeah, Dr. Pin had to work. He had left the beach a couple days before, and then he got stuck in traffic, and you know, this is our dedication to pinball right here.
Yeah. Well, you're dedicated.
Right here.
You got how many podcasts have you done? You're at like what, episode 24, 25?
I think we've got 25.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Well, you know, they're only like 20 minutes long.
Well,
so
that's fine. You know what? They're entertaining. That's what's great about it. And I love what you do with kind of you've got your Pinball for Dummies.
Yep.
Which is great. You've got WOMP, which is celebrating women in pinball, which is fantastic. You're
agree.
wearing your WOMP shirt.
I do. I made some for my girls.
Nice.
They're a little ghetto, but they're awesome. Ironed them on myself.
Who have
So,
you?
yeah.
You met anybody here that has come up to you and said, "Hey,
Oh.
you're Mrs. Pin, aren't you?"
I mean, a lot of the same familiar faces,
Yep.
but there were a couple guys who recognized me, and I was like, "Hi!" And they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're Mrs. Pin," and I was like, "Yep, I'm just a normal person here at Pintastic." But I saw who else? We saw Bowen,
Yep.
and we met Bowen's son, who was great.
Yep.
My girls clicked with him right away. We met your son.
Mm-hmm.
We met a bunch of people over in the line at the kiddie section.
Yep.
Some other moms who we like bonded with. I gave them some parent survival kits. And
Are you making all that stuff yourself? You just at home, just putting that stuff together?
just doing it up?
Wow, you are just all over the place.
Well, you know, we have a lot of time without Dr. Pin, so it's
Who-
something to do.
He's here as well. He's enjoying it, right?
He is.
Yep.
He's been going to the talks, and we just ate at some crazy barbecue place that was freaking ridiculous. It was awesome.
Really?
Right? Yeah, like right down the street. It was
Cool.
great.
Nice. So you're having fun. That's
We're
awesome.
having a lot of fun.
Where do
Yep.
people find your podcast?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm on Facebook, but the podcast is done through Podcast Garden.
Yep. Okay.
So
First place to look is Facebook to find it. Then I imagine you got the links and everything right there.
yeah, it's on iTunes. I don't know. Just
Okay.
search Mrs.
Look
Pin.
for it. It's awesome. You're gonna enjoy it.
Pops right up there.
All
So
right.
you're just live streaming. This is such
This
a
is-
setup.
Well, see, the thing is, right now we're waiting for them to move on to the next round.
So I'm the lull in the action.
So you're the lull, but an entertaining lull in the action.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you
I'll
know?
take it.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
take it.
Right.
So now you're up to the final 12.
We're down to this bracket here. Now we've got 12 left to go. So.
Hey,
we'll,
Ron
we'll
made
see
it.
How it goes.
Ron, look at that.
Ron made it. Levy's there. Steve Bowden's in there. So yeah, all the big names.
That's
So
crazy.
we'll see how they do.
Yeah.
You gave it a shot, right?
Oh, yes, I did. I came in a proud 115.
Hey, you're in. You're one step closer to getting the no gray bar on IFBA.
Well, and I think I beat 8 people, so I'm
Nice.
pretty proud of
That's all
that.
it
I
takes.
mean, I'm not in last place. I wish I would have done a little better,
Yep.
but that's all right.
Yeah,
It's all
there you
right.
go. Making
Gotta
progress.
practice.
All
I
right.
know. So,
Well, hey, glad you could make it.
hey, thanks for having me on
glad
this
we could meet finally in person.
fancy setup. I
Isn't it?
know.
It's pretty cool, huh?
It is.
But yeah, when we'll see you, you'll be out of Pinburg as well, so people can look for you there.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
you're a
sure.
celebrity now, I don't know if you realize.
I don't.
The first time you crack that thing, now you become a pinball celebrity.
Well, I have a lot to say about this little event here that we've been at, so it's going to be awesome.
Can't wait for the next one.
I've been taking notes.
All right,
It's gonna
good
be
to
great.
see you. Thanks for coming by.
Hey, thanks.
All right. Mrs. Pin, everybody. See how fun that is?
That was so fun. That was good. That's crazy.
All right.
So now you just watch and somebody read, you
Yeah.
watch it happen and then you read the rules.
People over here comment. We watch this happen. We've got
Live commentary. Can you
Live
switch between machines?
well, we've got two setups. So sometimes you can't move them.
Oh my God.
So we have to fill. Like right now, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta do something.
Might as well. Little talk.
Miss Pin's here. Bring her over.
I know. I gotta go see how my kids did. They were announcing some kind of thing.
Well, hopefully
I'll let you know.
Hopefully they will.
idea how long before they get going?
Mark is filling out the papers right now to give out to players. So I think he's going to start right after that.
Okay.
I think your boom mic is bending.
Oh yeah, this thing isn't the greatest, so I don't really care about it. There we go. I plan to buy a new, so if it does that, you can just bend it back.
Okay. Dude. Yes, that was Mrs. Pin, Chuck. Come sit. Come sit for a second. Come sit down. Everybody, this is my son Jake. How you doing, bud?
All right.
You played in the kids tournament. How was it?
Not so great.
Not so good. Why wasn't it so great?
I messed up when I was going for the locks.
Full on what game?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. What'd you mess up with?
Well, I went for the locks to like the multi-ball, and then it kept on draining straight down, and there's nothing I could do to save it.
Hey, you tried, dude. Right? You know. Hey, you can't win them all. Look at me. I'm not in the finals. You having fun though?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
What do you mean, yeah? You were all excited about this. What'd you think of Bowen last night playing TNA?
It was amazing.
Yeah. What'd you love about it?
I liked it all. So.
You liked it all. What was the thing that was the most amazing? You remember? A couple things happened. What really stood out?
Probably his Lazarus ball.
His Lazarus ball, yeah, where he got a Lazarus but walked away and lost it.
Mm-hmm.
So un-Bowen-like. All right, you go have some fun. All right. See you later, kiddo. All right, we're just about ready to get going here again with the next round. They're just getting some paperwork worked out, and we'll be ready to go. Yeah, Chuck, you missed her. You missed her. Yeah, my kid, I love that kid. He is so excited to be here. He is just thrilled. He's been looking forward to this show since we booked it back in December for the hotel. So he played in the tournament, and he got a little discouraged. But I said, dude, you can't win them all, you know. And you're still new, you're still learning, and it's a good experience. So maybe one day he'll be one of the great players. Never know. Not gonna be this guy. Maybe it'll be him sometime. So, but yeah, it's so much fun to have my son like this as much as I do. And it's a great place to do it. I mean, it's so great for kids. If you've got kids and you want to bring them, this is the show to bring them at because they really do a good job at catering to kids. Greg Pavarelli, come sit down, dude. How's it going?
How's it going, Jeff? All right.
Hey, you snuck yourself back in there, huh?
I snuck myself back in there by luck after having some very bad luck to get knocked out in the final moments of qualifying.
Yeah.
Joe Lemire almost Belsito'd in, and two other people punched a ticket that was useless that bumped me down. But Keeler had some bad luck with the game, and a bolt was stuck in his wizard. It was stripped, and he didn't feel like playing, so I got in. But the wrath of Jerry Bernard, which I am no stranger to, he is quite a dominant player on these style games, and I don't mind losing to great play. We had a couple good games.
Yep.
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing all right. You know, I didn't do so well in this, but I didn't expect to. You know, there's a lot of great players here, yourself included.
Tough
tough games too.
I learned a valuable lesson as someone that plays a lot of these tournaments, not having that much experience with Papa style.
Yep.
Early in the tournament on day one, I was sitting pretty with the ticket that ended up bleeding out. I was like 7th or 8th. I knew I wouldn't keep the bye, but I thought it would stick. And I ended up having #1 score on X-Men. I beat Danger Room, something I had never done before.
Yep.
I was over 100 million over the actual #1 score. And unfortunately, beefed 2 of my games to zeros.
Yep.
But my ticket actually would have ended up being better than the one that I had after all the bleed out. And at the time, it was like 60 points behind my current ticket, and it would have subtracted 3 points from my active ticket. Okay. So I figured, why would I subtract points from my current ticket? It would only hurt me.
Yep.
Next time, if that ever happens, if I ever have a #1, I'm just gonna let let the dice roll.
That's the crazy thing with Herb style is you're competing against yourself essentially.
Yep.
You know, and that's why I like match play. That's the game I like. Tell me about. I'm not that familiar with Transporter. Tell me about this game and what we need to do here in this game.
All right. So I didn't even realize the next round had started.
Yeah,
all right. So
Alberto Santana versus Dan.
All right. Alberto, hometown Sunshine against Dan Wilga. So Transporter, I'm not an expert, but what I do know is
I'm sure you know more than I do.
The targets on the left and in the center there, if you complete them, you'll light the lock on the left ramp. After locking 2 balls in that upper right area, it'll light the start on the bottom right below that right flipper. There's like a hidden little area that you can't really see.
Okay.
But you can shoot the ball in there. That starts the multi-ball.
All right.
Completing those targets in multi-ball, I believe in order actually, is the jackpot, which is increasing in value, sort of like Cyclone or one of those games. Where, so that's a huge payout. I saw Zen had the #1 score on it this weekend, and he had a jackpot or 2. There's another thing you can do. That same hidden area on the bottom right-hand side, when it's not lit to start multi-ball, if you shoot it in there, it'll push the ball up to the upper playfield and feed that upper flipper. If you use the upper flipper to shoot the toilet bowl, you build the value of a target that it's hard to see, but it's just to the right of the left ramp. You could build it up to $1 million a shot, and you can kind of rinse and repeat that for build it up, shoot it, build it up, shoot it. $1 million's kind of valuable in this game, so that's one strat that I've seen work before.
Oh, nice save there by Dan. Did you play this at all? Did you pick it at all?
I practiced it on my bad tickets, but I didn't use it because I don't really feel that cozy on it.
Yep.
It also seemed like a game where the jackpot was too important.
Yep. So I wonder who picked this. Must have been Alberto.
Since Alberto is player 1, that's probably the case. I've never met Dan, but he's playing very, very, very good here.
Off to a good
control.
start.
All right.
So he's got 2 more targets to knock down. Or 1 more target. No?
Oh, yeah, it's those 2 there.
Yep. And
there's a kickback.
Kickback.
And it's one of those friendly kickbacks that stays lit and does that.
You know how to relight it?
I'm not certain, but I'm sure there's a target somewhere that does
there's
it. All right,
the target, so he's got the locks lit.
And there's the lock, nice shot.
That's 2, right?
Yep, and you see that green arrow on the bottom right there? That's the start.
Okay, so shoot that outer, looks like an outer loop.
The Sanctum guys, Jim and Mark, picked a very eccentric, cool, unique bank of games here. Their goal in Pintastic, they told me, is to never have a game repeated from year in, year out.
Yep.
So this is one of those ones that I've only ever played at the Sanctum.
Okay, now we got a problem. He's got a ball that went into the lock that I don't think was supposed to.
Yeah, it was probably supposed to come through back down to that flipper.
It went where it doesn't belong, so we got to get a tech over to.
In the meantime, he should hold the flipper up, but no big deal.
It doesn't look like it's going to do, and it hasn't gone into ball search yet. That's Mark Carvey from the Sanctum.
Oh,
here it comes, and it's going to. Yep, I guess it corrected it. So no.
Yeah,
it's going to start multi-ball.
Multi-balls. Oh, is this actually? Did he actually start the multi-ball? This might be. No, this is 2 balls in play that do not belong to play together.
So now he's going to have to drain one of these.
Yeah, if they open it and the flippers are still active with the cabinet open, he could possibly put it back
That's
up.
what they're going to do here. They're going to open it up.
So they did this yesterday.
Yep.
They put it back on the actual lock shot. I believe he's going to take 2 pictures of the scores and subtract the points that it gives him on the score afterwards.
Okay, so they may have to subtract some of his score because Mark has told us that they may have to put it on the lock shot. We'll see what he does with this.
All right, so he was at 1,100,000 or so.
Yep, they're grabbing a picture of the score.
So while they're dealing with this, I gotta say, I really do enjoy head-to-head finals.
Yep.
And we don't really see them that often anymore.
No, you don't.
There's a certain level of pressure and just direct play when you know it's just you and someone else.
Yep.
And best out of 5 is good enough where you know that like one individual game isn't gonna make the difference. It's a matter of attrition. Sort of like SCS where it's best out of 7. It's kind of a grind, and I've grown to appreciate head-to-head a lot more recently, and I really like the format that they've come up with here. I mean, Papa style is very rare nowadays, especially on the East Coast.
Yep.
And it was my first time at Pintastic. I really love the show. It was a great time. I'll definitely be back.
Oh, this is your first year here?
Yeah, I had missed it in the past due to, having not enough days off and stuff like that.
This show keeps getting better. I've said this, throughout this whole broadcast. This show keeps getting better and better every year. They got a great lineup of seminars this year.
I mean, New Hampshire's got a bunch of stuff going on. You just had Pinmania, right?
Yep, Maine had just had Pinmania. Actually, the Southern New Hampshire Pinball Club is here with they did a pin golf tournament.
Oh yeah, I did it last night. It was fun.
Yeah.
Levy ended up winning it.
Yep, of course. He's already bragging about that one.
Well, we didn't know. We kind of rolled in after dinner.
Yep.
And it was $2 entry, so Levy was like, "Oh, Lyman, Alberto, Greg, I'm paying for all your entries." I was like, "Thanks." $2 tournament. I thought it would be really low payout, whatever.
Yeah.
He ended up winning like $160.
They get enough people playing it. There's a pretty good cash pool. I'm sure they got $2 out of me.
Yep.
All right, so now what are they doing here?
So it looks like they want to recreate the perfect game state where nothing is out of place, possibly. So they're taking all the balls out and putting them back in.
Okay, and then
order.
they'll subtract whatever points are earned.
It doesn't seem like it scored all that many points, but yeah, I suppose if they wrote down, it looked like it was 1,100,000 something before this all started.
Yep. Zentron says that they do it, the head-to-head best of 5 do it at Flippers, and you should come in November.
I have always wanted to go to OBX. I'm super jealous that I haven't been before. A lot of my good friends go, like Levy and Zen and Tim and Paul and all those guys that I travel with and hang out with all the time. But unfortunately for me, there's no flight that gets there, and it's like a 12-hour drive from New York City. So what that means is not just taking the tournament days off, but also a day or two in advance just to commute. And my dedication to competitive pinball does not allot me extra days like that usually. So maybe in a future year I'll be out there. I've heard nothing but good things, but I respect OBX the utmost for those trophies. They're super awesome, and they give out a pinball machine which is super unique for tournaments of this caliber. I'll be there one day.
Cool. All right, so they've corrected the problem. They'll delete, remove whatever score that had occurred when they got back to the state that they wanted it in.
Yep.
And now Dan is back to playing. So now at this point, he's got multi-ball lit and needs to hit that right flash where the right green arrow is flashing.
All right, gets control there. Opting not to post transfer, but relock the ball. Okay.
Okay. So what's he doing that for?
I have a feeling that there's a chance he doesn't know that the multi-ball start is there, but he got it. Okay.
He got it. All right, so here we go into multi-ball. So
that
now where do you shoot here?
So the target on the bottom left is the first target to hit. You have to hit them in order. If you complete all the targets in order, you get the jackpot, which at this point I cannot see. It's on the back glass what the value is at, but it's probably a couple million or...
That's a progressive, right?
Yes, it is a progressive. And it's hard to see with the lights flashing like that, but he's made progress there. Four targets complete.
Yep, wrong order. He's that center one.
All right.
Oh. And that'll do it.
But he has mounted a decent lead here. Almost at 3 mil.
Flashy, okay.
All right, he's on the fly, but he's making decent shots.
Oh, no camera angle. How you doing, guys?
Nails that spinner, and I'm not sure if you can light that spinner, but...
It's had some
nice use of the post.
That spinner definitely had some decent value to it. I think it looked like 1,000 a spin. You gotta really get a nail. All right. So at this point, he go back to multi-ball?
I suppose, yeah, right back to the drawing board. I mean, there's the toilet bowl thing, but hey, if you feel good about shooting the targets, he's surviving all of his shots. Go right back to it.
I love that we call it the toilet bowl thing. It's,
I mean,
like, what else can you explain, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that, it's Whirlwind's got one, and...
Oh, nice save there.
Oh, wow.
And he has displayed some really good flipper skills. Beautiful
nice
nudge.
Save.
And Dan is not letting up.
That one.
And as I'm sure you saw at Pinmania, Alberto is the kind of guy that you have to keep putting pressure on.
Yeah, there was at Pinmania, he made a comeback on Ron Hallett on Avatar. Ron put up a score in one ball, got a score over 50 million, and Alberto came back to beat him. Although he almost walked off, he thought he was player 2, and when he beat Ron's score, he started to walk away, but realized, oh crap, and got back and managed to get ahead of him. Ron couldn't catch him.
Wow.
And ended up winning both. That was an epic game.
I knew that Alberto finished third, but I didn't realize that kind of score was the deciding factor. That's amazing.
It was crazy. Steve Bowden actually captured it on his phone. Not the best quality, but you can check it out there on Fun with Bonus, I believe.
I love the use of Facebook Live to bring us streams that otherwise wouldn't be streamed.
Yep. All right, so
Alberto here.
Alberto is up, and do not count him out at all.
He's got his lock lid on the left ramp.
Nice little tip pass to get it over the other flipper.
Yeah, Alberto showed up late. He didn't get here until halfway through Friday, but he ended up punching the ticket today to be number one.
It only takes one.
A little bit early there on the ramp. And that's a boom.
There's one.
Hey, speak of the devil, there's his Pinmania shirt right in our face.
There you go. Which logo designed by Jake Erskine, which is great. It's, of course, it's a takeoff of the Funhouse logo, and the clock set at 12 because it's Pinmania 12.
Yeah, so when Ron posted a picture of his fourth place with his T-shirt, since I'm on Slam Tilt all the time, I did the same because I finished fourth a couple years ago and I got the T-shirt that year. Yep. It was the awesome one with the lobster on it.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing I think I missed the most was missing those lobster rolls last weekend. I'll have to make up for it this weekend.
Yeah, the lobster logo has kind of been retired at this point. Jake's been doing variations on pinball logos, which is kind of cool.
All right, multi-ball's ready now for Alberto.
And
man.
right down the middle. Post didn't help him there.
Unfortunate bumper straight down the middle feed, but he's got his multi-ball lit for ball three.
So he's set up and ready to go. He can do the same thing that Dan did with his multi-ball. We'll see what Dan does here. Now there's already two locks in there, but luckily it'll compensate and it'll launch the balls out. That's not an issue unlike things like Pinball.
And there's the shot. And his second multi-ball is ready. Makes a nice save there.
And misses the shot.
Now, I mean it when I say it's hard to see the shot that you're trying to shoot for. Like, there's a hole underneath, and you can't really see it while you're shooting it. It's kind of just, it's there.
From this angle that we see it, it almost looks like it's just an orbit, but...
Right.
But you can see the lit up plastic over it. And he misses that. Okay.
But he has it in hand if necessary for ball three.
He does.
Although I do not know if starting the multi-ball will unlock the balls for the next player. I don't know. It probably would be the case that he needs to relock them if Alberto starts here.
All right. Alberto's got some wood to chop here, but actually, he's ready. He's ready with the multi-ball, so it's not. He could blow this up in no time.
One jackpot would do it, probably. Yep. Actually, let me just glance over and
take
see
a look at what that's at. It's got to be near $1 million at least. Yeah, I can't see it from my angle, but Greg will go take a look. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage of the Pintastic Silverball Rumble here on Tilt. Appreciate it if you're enjoying it. Click that follow button, and you can check out other tournaments around Maine and other things that we'll be doing up here in New England.
Currently, it's at 2 million, but I am under the impression that as the multi-ball goes on, there's a chance that it will rise up.
Okay.
So 2 million would put him pretty close as it is. So it's certainly going to be a deciding factor if he can get this multi-ball and then the jackpot.
So Alberto's taking some time to I guess maybe, I don't know if he gave it a shake and you wait for the tilt bob to settle. Or?
It looks like maybe Mark is dealing with something on the game next to it, right?
Okay, yep, all right. Oh yeah, I can see him right there. So yeah, this is the busy time of year for tournaments. We've got this going on for shows. This is going on this weekend, just a couple weeks. It's time for Replay FX and Pinburg. You're going to be there, right?
Absolutely, Jeff. Looking forward to seeing you there.
How'd you finish last year at Pinburg?
Last year was my worst Pinburg because I ended up in B and then deciding to get very drunk once I was in B. But I made up for it by salvaging it with a 12 in the last round, even though it was a bad showing. I was happy to get some Papa hardware, which is pretty much impossible to come by in my experience. So
you want to name names? Who are you drinking with?
Zen, regular suspects. Well, what happened was I usually stay at my friend's house, and I'm staying there again this year, Mahesh and Amy. We have like a big communal house of people that stay there when we're in Pittsburgh. But last year I stayed at the hotel in the city, and they had Star Wars, the brand new Star Wars game, in a room with free beer, open all night, which was to my demise. But I ended up falling in love with Star Wars.
I'm telling you,
it's a love-hate relationship now.
That's what every tournament we go to now, someone's hauling a pinball machine into their hotel room.
It's true. It's true.
I don't know who started that trend.
New York City Pinball Championship will continue that trend, hopefully. I think, a MagFest, why not? Let's just do it.
I think it was a couple of years ago, the first time I saw it, I think it was Matt Gay who posted a picture in a hotel room playing Monday Night Football. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Who dragged that up 4 flights of stairs, or it took the elevator to get it up there? All right, I guess we're good to go now. So Alberto is ready to get multi-ball going.
All right. He just wants one good feed here. It's a little bit early on the shot, but he gets the kickback. All right. There's the transfer.
Pass into the shot. Right
there it is.
Okay. So knock down the drop targets in order.
Now here's something I'm not sure of. He just hit the bowl. I wonder if doing that in multi-ball does raise the value of that target I was talking about.
It does. In fact,
oh man, double drain there.
Chuck Webster just confirmed that.
Okay, so he did raise the value. The target's worth $1 million. There it is. Oh, maybe not. It didn't award it. Looked like he shot for it though.
There it is.
Yeah, this is gonna do it. If he hits that target now, it's probably gonna be worth $1 million.
And he's not gonna do it.
And it looked like he almost hit it twice, but there's a strong game one for Dan, going up 1-0.
Oh, I think they're announcing winners for the kids tournament.
Cool.
Yeah. A lot of kids were in. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a big line for the kids tournament, and that's one of the things I like about this show is it's very kid friendly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you've got kids and you want to come to Pintastic, this is it. They've got balloon animals, they've got clowns, they've got face painting, everything kids love that, and that's to help the local residents to come by and maybe check out pinball. And it's brilliant on their part to get people to maybe check out pinball for the first time with that extra stuff.
Yeah, make it a family event. Yep. Everybody learns something about pinball, has a good time, and you know what? Nowadays, we've seen so many young kids win at the highest level.
Oh, yeah.
Something as small as a kids tournament at Pintastic could help breed a new generation of world champions.
Absolutely. All right, so just letting this ball drain, moving on.
I know for me, I didn't see pinball until I was like 18 years old in New York. There was no arcades that had them. I wish growing up I had that opportunity.
I had them growing up, but I didn't play competitively until only about 10 years ago.
All right,
so figure out where we're going here.
So if we had a choice, I think it might be fun to follow. Oh, the cameras are on select games, right? All these matchups are good. I love watching Eric Stone play. Josh Henderson would be fun.
The other camera right now is on Elvis. I don't know if we're going to move that or not.
Okay.
Mark is looking to see where he's going to go here.
So, can they see this?
Yes, this is live. The brackets are live for the stream.
So this particular round, these guys are playing for advancement, means being in the money as the top 8 get paid.
Yep.
For those of you that do not know the games list, from memory, I'm going to try to do this. We got the Incredible Hulk, Elvis, we have Judge Dredd, we have Old Chicago, 9-Ball, Transporter, as you just saw, X-Men. What else was there? Bobby Orr Power Play.
We're back on Transporter with Nick and Joshua.
All right, more Transporter.
Josh Henderson came up to Pinmania, stuck around for Pinball, but then I guess he and his dad wanted to do a little sightseeing, and they bailed out on the next day. But
oh yeah, I saw that they had registered. I was wondering about that.
Have you met his dad? Because he's hilarious.
Yeah, I was speaking to him today. He was saying he was going to visit New York. I told him to come to Sunshine.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Really nice guy.
And Josh is just like on fire lately. I mean, every single tournament he's played the last couple times, he just blew up qualifying every single time. Not surprising.
He's been good he's young, but he's been good for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I think he's made at least 2 or 3 Final Fours at Papa or Pembroke or something like that. All right, so this is ball 1 for Nick, meaning that he picked this game. Possibly this is game 2 in their matchup. Because I know Josh was the higher seed.
Yeah.
Oh no, game 3. 1 win each.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I forgot.
I didn't know that was
Mark's updating us. I'll keep that.
All right, make some progress on the targets there. 2 more to go.
And there they go. You got one. Or did he? Then why they're all flashing? Oh.
Lock's lit.
I guess I missed him getting them.
Nice save.
All right.
All right, he's going for the bowl strat. Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Look
That's
at that.
cool.
Nice shot.
Wish I knew about that in
Yeah,
qualifying.
but unfortunately the kick out of there didn't help him. I noticed he's got a multiplier. Do you know how he gets his multiplier going?
I'm assuming it's the rollovers up top, just
Okay.
instinctively, but I don't think the bonus seems to be that lucrative in this game.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing, knowing that the strategy for that target for 1 million, for me, I had difficulty on the fly with that flipper, but seeing as how you could just trap the ball and easily hit it,
Yep.
that really makes me feel more so that strat is very viable. I mean, that looked super easy the way he did it.
I didn't realize it was even possible. I've only played this a few times, and I've always hit it on the fly, and I'm not even thinking that would be an option. All right, so Josh is up.
All right.
And he leans low in his stance.
Yep.
Gets the kick back. 2 to go.
I think that's one of my favorite things about the pro pinball
Oh,
players.
look at that. Did
nice
you see that?
use of the post.
Gave it a little nudge to give it just high enough so it clears the flippers, and almost had that shot.
Good in lane there. Traps up.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So he's got...
And almost.
Almost.
All right.
And he's
shot.
in.
All right.
Shoots it like a pro, because he is. Yeah, that kick out of that bowl is a little dangerous. Hi.
Doing commentary for the pinball tournament.
Are you having fun at the show? Come over here so everybody can see your on this side, so everybody can see your hat.
Nice save there from Josh.
There you go. Look at that, huh? Right, that camera right there. Face painting. This is what Pintastic's all about. The kids. It's awesome. What's your name?
Awesome. I'm Mia.
Mia.
Hi, Mia.
Thanks for coming by, Mia.
Yeah.
You having fun at the show?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
I love being on TV.
All right, so.
So he has now locked 2 balls. Multi-ball is ready. And Josh playing very good control here. Nice bounce over. And booms the shot.
Yeah, he's got it.
So yeah, as you were saying with his stance, I was saying my favorite thing about the top pro players is they all have different stances and styles, and they're all viable to win a tournament at any given moment. But I love that about pinball, how it's just like, you know, you're doing the same general thing, but in a slightly different way.
I love Lyman Sheet's stance.
Oh yeah,
he's got, it's like it's signature. And I can't even really describe it. It's like he's kind of leans low and leg back, and
he's a former winner of this tournament, but he opted not to play this year. But he's here.
Yep.
All right. Nice in-lane trap. He's got a good feel for these flippers.
Beautiful flippers and handling skills there. Look at him.
All right.
Building that up with that pole. Yeah. Ooh, man. That is so close when it comes out of that bowl kick out.
Nice save there. Gets the cradle separation. And he's sending it back up top. He's going for that target strat.
Just build it. Oh, and that one slipped through. And no kick out there.
Special award. Let's see if it was anything. No, it was no points.
No points for that. But a good ball. 1.4 million. And Nick comes back up for ball 2.
So we've seen players utilize the toilet bowl, but we haven't actually seen anybody cash it out yet.
Yep.
It's hard to see the target, but it's just to the right of the left ramp. All right, Pop's giving him action. Nice dead bounce. Oh, and oh my goodness, an unfortunate right out lane. He almost actually gave it some action to pop back in without getting a danger.
Yep.
But he made a good shot on that left target and it just flew out.
All right, so Josh is back up again. Imagine he's going to go right back for the multi-ball.
Now let's see, this will be the third rollover up top when he plunges. Let's see if that's what actually increases the multiplier.
That would make sense. Surprised Chuck Webster hasn't already told us.
Oh yeah, but I can't really see that far to the left, so I have no idea what's going on over there.
There it is.
Yep, all right. Beautiful live catch.
Yeah, his flippers handling skills are just... Oh! As I say that.
Yeah, it was a fast errant flipper mistake there, but as you're saying, his use of the flippers is amazing.
Yeah. All right, so back over to Nick, who is got to catch Josh to stay in this. He needs about 500,000 to at least catch him.
There's a lock.
Got a lock. Oh, that
patience, and
is just...
I would not have trusted that, but it worked out.
That was nerves of steel right there.
And there's another lock.
Okay, multi-ball is ready. Missed the shot.
A little bit early there, but back in control. And there it is.
Oh,
no,
he rejected. Okay. Yeah, and he's recovering. That probably threw him a little bit.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing about not being able to see
backhand.
it. Wow. On the fly.
Yep. And he's got it. All right. Look at that. I did not know you could trap that ball.
Yeah, and there's the million.
Yep, and he got it.
And that's going to give him the lead here. And, you know, the jackpot's able to steal the match at any moment, but this strategy seems a lot safer.
Yep, it sure does. So that puts him up to almost 3 million to Josh's 1.5. So he's got double the points, but Josh is certainly not out of this.
Oh,
lost that. Oh, and he's going to lose that one too.
Fortunate double drain there, but a good ball. Put some pressure on Josh, and this would be a big win here for Nick if he can survive it. So Josh is close to his next multi-ball. Looks like only one target.
Chuck says he remembers beating someone on the game with a secret skill shot in league. Yeah, now I'm curious. All right, so Josh has got just one target to get.
All right.
Oh, he's already got his locks lit.
Oh, he's got to get that target. He's missing it just barely. But there it is. This time he got it.
Uh-oh, that's trouble.
Nice save there. Huh. Just a little bit errant there. Oh, I guess it's not really given the post transfer.
No, it's not. It was before.
I was having that issue with Pinbot. I almost tried to tap pass on Pinbot this tournament. All right, there it is.
There, okay. And in. So there's two.
And the multi-ball is one lock away from being lit. Got to survive a couple more targets here. There's one. There's two.
Nice. Gets it under control.
Opting not to shoot on the fly there. Tries to slow it down.
Oh, now it's in trouble. He's got
All right,
the
gets the kickback. Kickback's still good. It's a very lucrative kickback.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
nice
trouble.
nudge.
Nice save. Oh, okay.
Shoots
That's
on the
unfortunate.
fly, and Nick is going to take game 3. Josh will have to win the next 2 games in a row.
Wow. We
And,
got ourselves a heated battle here then.
And we saw 2 very tight games of Transporter.
Yes, we did.
And we learned something. Hold that flipper up.
The more I'm watching this game, the more I think I'm starting to like it.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
I've always kind of steered away from this in competition, but this whole thing with the flipper, being able to trap it there and make that shot.
Yep.
I don't know if it can be done in every game, but they seem to be able to pull off on this one.
Looking at the spacing, it almost looks like it by design is supposed to be that way. I didn't do my homework on this game too much. I asked Tim Sexton for some advice in advance because he used to play at the Sanctum a lot, and he told me the 2 different strategies with the jackpot or the bowl. But I wasn't thinking critically and realizing, you can do both together.
Yep.
And that's certainly safer than trying to shoot 6 targets with the balls flying everywhere.
All right, so now we got to see where we're going to head next. Maybe someone may be coming up on Transporter. We don't know.
It looks like there might be a game on Elvis going right now. If we can switch to that, right?
No, I don't think anyone's on Elvis right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's Hulk and Judge Dredd.
Oh, we're on Judge Dredd. All right.
Okay. Eric Stone.
We got Eric Stone and... No, we got the wrong... Oh, are we? Is this right?
No, it's not Eric and Josh.
Not Josh.
So Eric's got 231 on ball 3. Formidable score on Judge Dredd.
So Judge Dredd, this one plays kind of tough.
Yeah, and there's the multi-ball for Eric. I agree this game kicked my butt. I felt it was playing really tough, but as we all know, Eric Stone is not human. So, at least not lately. He's been on a ridiculous tear. Lit it up at IFPA and came back and won the circuit right afterwards. And he is not showing any sign of slowing down this weekend. He is the reigning champion of this tournament.
So Judge Dredd, to light locks to get where he is at this point, you have to knock down the 5 targets, drop targets for the JUDGE, and then once you get into multi-ball, the jackpot is behind the D.
That red flashing arrow right there in the middle. There's one jackpot, and now the left ramp will relight it.
There's another.
And he's just knocking out points here.
He's got a mode going too, doesn't he? Or does he?
I'm not sure if the modes carry over to multi-ball. I'm not that versed in this game. I know the basic strats.
Jackpot again.
Yep.
And he gets a kickback.
Beautiful control there. Wow, on the fly, nails it. And another jackpot.
And that jackpot increases with the drop targets you hit as well.
Correct. And I think that added a ball possibly.
It looks like he got an add a ball. Is this a 6 ball? 5 anyway. I can't even count them.
I've always thought of this as kind of like a novelty, wacky game, but it shoots fun.
Yeah, it does. It's it's kind of daunting at first because of everything that's going on in this playfield.
Right, and there's so many modes, and you don't really know. There's a couple of them that are good, and Blackout's a multi-ball, Sniper can be good, but some of them are kind of just awkward. And Stone is up at over, it's got to be, he was starting at 2 something. I think he's got to be at 4 or more now. And Zach was only at 11, so it is going to be an uphill battle here. And do we know if this is correct, the one win?
I don't.
Because it said that before. I'm not sure if it's updated. Nails the right ramp?
I think that is correct.
All right. Nice post, nice ski pass there. Weird in lanes too, like those curved metal.
Yep.
Everything about this game is a little bit wonky.
Most I've played this game. I haven't had many copies in the wild to play, but I have played it on Pinball Arcade to get a feel for it. Of course, I always do way better there, but but it's it's an interesting, like you said, an interesting layout. It's a wide body, and this whole dead world thing that spins around. It seems like the design of that, they had something else in mind. It almost seems like it's not doing everything it looks like it would do, but maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, nice.
It was almost hard to tell if he was trying to in-lane trap or ski pass, but either way, he's got control still.
So he almost has all the modes completed, it looks like. He's only got...
Yep, left ramp will do the next one.
Which he just hits.
All right, this mode seems to be saying shoot the ramps. Is he timing it out? No.
And we're on ball 3.
I'm noticing Eric keeps looking over at something in the middle of while he's playing. I don't know what's distracting him, but he keeps looking to his left. All right. On the fly, ramping out.
Not quite on that one. And now he's got all his lock. Well, he's got his lock lip.
You know, while you're playing this game, I don't really ever pay attention to it, but I'm noticing that rotating thing on the upper left playfield. What is it doing? It's just like constantly.
Yeah, I think you would think that it's supposed to lock the balls up there, but when you do it, it doesn't. Someone may be able to correct us on what it's actually supposed to do, but when you shoot one up there, it doesn't. It just kicks it back out. I don't know if that's a setting, for tournament play, or because there's slots for all the balls.
Right.
But they typically don't go in there.
So he's got the lock lid on the left ramp. It's a virtual style lock. When you hit it, the next one usually lights. But on the second multi-ball, you might have to hit it twice to do so.
Someone says there's a Dead World mod that you can do to change it.
All right. Went right back into multi-ball. Ultimate challenge. This must be the wizard mode. Yep. I think for beating all the modes, he's now playing this, which I'm sure is a high-scoring mode. Levy Naiman of New York City booms it 3-0, moving into the final 8.
Nice.
Levy, after winning the pin golf yesterday, is in the money again. I think I might be able to get him to buy me some lobster later, perhaps.
All right, he's just...
And as Levy has coined, it's a boomer beef world, and I'd say Stone is all about the boom right about now. Nailing these ramps.
Nailing them.
Ultimate challenge worth $210 million and counting. See, interestingly, his score did not go up, so maybe that's a bonus value.
Could be. I think you may be right.
Because he certainly hit a buttload of shots there. And
I wish I knew more about this game as far as the rules, but. Oh, and now he.
I guess it restarted.
Yeah.
Forgive us, folks.
Yeah.
There's some good pinball going on. I don't know what's going on with the scoring, but it's got to be good for Stone.
They're saying there's a bug.
Maybe we should tell the tournament directors.
But I guess it's a known bug.
It's a known bug, so maybe at the end of his ball, the score is going to update.
Yeah. He is killing this.
Nice save there. I was chatting with Eric, and he was telling me that he doesn't really feel that comfortable on this lineup where he doesn't have any really big go-to games.
Yeah.
But, you find it
just fine.
You find it as you go.
Oh, it's not a known bug. Okay, problem. My bad.
Well, if there was to be a situation where, let's say Zach came back and passed him and it didn't give him the 200 and some odd million that the screen showed, it would be an interesting ruling because there is a section of the rules about this. I know one time Josh Sharp got a jackpot on Terminator 2. I don't remember what tournament it was, but it was a very high caliber tournament.
Yep.
Everybody saw the super jackpot animation. It didn't give him the 50 million. and a ruling was made that it was awarded him the points, and then after that they no longer use Terminator 2 in major tournaments. It might have been Papa or something to that effect. But in most situations, when a game doesn't award you points that you earned, it's tough for you. I mean, it's usually you're just screwed.
Yep. Nice pass there. He's got great ball control too.
And it keeps restarting.
Yep.
It keeps saying a higher amount of points that he's earned.
They're saying they'll need to pull this game, is what they're saying in the chat, but we'll see what happens here.
I mean, in the sense, like, pull it mid-game or after this game's over?
I'm guessing after this game's over.
I mean, I'm going to go tell Jim what's going on just in case this is completely unfounded, because obviously we've never played this wizard mode, and I don't know if it's got a restart. I don't know if this is like unfair what's going on, so I'm just going to go grab Jim and find out.
Yeah, see if he can put some insight into it. Yeah, we're not sure what's going on with the multi-ball continuing like this. But I think that's going to do it right there. I think it's done at this point. Although Ultimate Challenge is still flashing, so I'm not sure what's happening here. Like I said, I wish I knew more about this game, but yeah, look at here we go again. Yeah, we're headed over to let them know. And we'll get this all sorted out on what's going on. Curious if Eric even knows if anything out of the ordinary is really happening. He's just playing and he just shoots the ball. I really don't know. Left orbit restarts it. Okay. You get the Ultimate Challenge and multi-ball, then complete the modes. You get Ultimate Challenge. You get Unlimited Ultimate Challenge. It's a bug. Okay. All right. That would explain a lot. All right. So as of right now, nothing has been done, but we'll see what happens here. Greg's over there talking with Jim Swain now. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what, Eric may not know this is a bug, I'm guessing. But if you did know it was a bug, I think at this point you'd trap up and say, hey, this isn't right. Or at least I would hope. Here we go again. Still waiting to see what decision gets made here, or if anything gets made, or they deal with it after the fact. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. But essentially, from what you guys are saying, this will never end. Yeah, well, they may not have known about this. So there is discussion going on right now. So we'll let you know as soon as we know. And that one's out, and there we go again. Yeah. This is just a crazy occurrence. I know a lot of you guys know about it, but and he said, well, that should do it. That should end it. Yeah, now he's kind of turning around looking, what happened there? So it's obviously being discussed. We'll, like I said, as soon as we hear, we'll let you know. But yeah, Tilting. That'll end it for you. That'll fix the bug. You're watching coverage of the Pintastic Silverball Rumble at Pintastic in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. It's been a great show here this weekend. If you haven't ever been able to make it up here, it's worth a trip. A lot of great seminars happening up here, a lot of great vendors, and we've got some great games. They're starting to pack them up a little bit. Jersey Jacks games are getting boxed up now. They had a Pirates of the Caribbean. They've got a Hobbit over here that they're packaging right now. So we'll let you know as far as this situation. Let you know what happens as soon as we figure out and Greg comes back here. But you can find out more about this tournament and this show at pintasticnewengland.com. And here I am trying to fill. Everybody ready for Pinburg? We're just a couple of weeks away from that. Very excited. Looking forward to. I want to say that it might be my 5th or 6th, but it's always a good tournament that I never miss. All right, Greg is back.
I've got a detailed update.
All right, what happened?
So, Jim and I were in agreement that something clearly seemed wrong. Jim thought that he didn't know what was going on until I brought it to his attention. He thinks that once the mode ends, it should go back to relighting the other modes. Stone, when it was over, said he thought that's how it's supposed to work, but it was all bonus that he just tilted. Okay. So the entire value of whatever that beneficial glitch was gone anyways. So I guess Jim would have had to take those points away if he hadn't tilted. But you know, I think the glitch had something to do with the fact that it was not resetting back to the beginning of the modes once he came out of it.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that he shouldn't have been able to do that like 6 or 7 times like he did.
So I'm guessing once this game is over, it'll probably be pulled.
I guess it would either be pulled or assume that nobody else is going to get that far and let it play as it is and deal with it if it happened again. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's up to him. But the chat room seems to be in agreement that it's a bug and shouldn't be in the tournament because of that. Maybe that's why we don't see Judge Dredd in much tournament play.
It's possible that the very specific set of scenario that, like, perhaps when he beat all the modes, he did something else that made the game have a glitch. It may not happen endlessly to anyone else. We don't know for sure.
What the chat room says is if you start it during multi-ball, it just continuously keeps giving you multi-ball.
Okay.
So.
All right, so Zach's here in regular multi-ball. Since Stone tilted, he's only at 600, so a much more reasonable mountain to climb here for Zach.
Yeah, some people are in chat surprised it didn't happen in qualifying.
Well, it's not particularly easy to get to the wizard mode.
It's not, no.
The ball saves off.
This is a tough playing game, but leave it to Eric to make it happen.
Well, if nothing else, that was interesting.
Yep. Let's see here.
And we also see the benefit of how Twitch can help bring issues to the tournament director's attention.
Yep. Tim Sexton is in the chat room.
Maybe Tim knows. Tim, have you ever played the wizard mode on this game and seen it restart endlessly? Eric just had that happen where he restarted the wizard mode about 5 times. Ended up tilting the bonus, but something was weird. And Zach is playing this quite well here.
Yeah.
Zach, a great player from upstate New York. He actually eliminated me this year from the New York State final in Buffalo. And he's showing us the good multi-ball skill set here.
So they're saying in the chat room, for those that don't see it, that Osric says how it works is if you get Ultimate Challenge in multi-ball, then complete all the modes, that's when you get the unlimited Ultimate Challenge, and that's the bug.
Okay,
so it's a really finite set of circumstances that have to happen, but it did.
So I suppose with that being like a known thing, if the game isn't taken out, then it would have to be something along the lines of if you get to that situation, you just have to let it drain after the first one.
Yeah, that would be my guess. But well, do you though? Because if you let it drain after the first one, if it worked properly, you'd still be playing.
I mean, you play it until you're down to one ball, and then instead of restarting it on the left ramp like he did over and over again, you'd have to let your ball go and accept your bonus that you've earned and move on, type situation.
Yeah, but that too
there's issues.
You're denying points that could possibly be made beyond that.
Right. I guess compensation ball then would be if need be.
It's a tough call. In this case, it's not going to matter.
So we'll see what happens with the future of Judge Dredd, but Eric Stone takes the lead here in the match 2-1 with a great game.
Great score, player one.
He tilted more bonus than he had in actual points, but most of it probably was not deserved. So.
Yep. All right, so that's the way it is, and for that one.
And where would we be going next?
That's a good question.
Looks like there's a game going. Josh Henderson playing Pinball.
Yeah, they're working on trying to figure out how that's going to be handled.
We might be without camera for a little bit, unless after Josh's ball ends, we move a camera over to Pinball to watch the remainder of that game. It's a must-win game for Josh. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're here live from Pintastic, New England at the Silverball Rumble. Please subscribe and follow. And
they're seeing the bracket, but I can't get it over there until Mark comes back. So they're looking at the bracket right now. I don't know how to feed it to our monitor.
We are here in the second round of the finals, head-to-head. There are 16 players remaining. The next round is guaranteed money.
So you can see there's some interesting discussion going in over this game right now. It's like Zach is you're talking to both the players now about what's going on.
I wonder, is there a chance that possibly Jim is saying the game is void? I mean, that would be strange since they played it out. Zach played out ball 3, and the scores that finished were legitimate outside of the glitch. So I would be surprised if that was the case, but you never know.
Pulling the glass off.
Super game. That's if you press that button, right?
Yep. So what's he doing?
Can you guys tell chat the stream is going to go down for 1 second so I can get the pod so we can see the score before it all started? So we're literally going to go down for like 1 second.
Okay. All right, guys. We've got to bring the stream down because we got to pull a score from the video, so they'll be able to see where that was. I guess there's going to be adjustments that are made based on our stream of the video that we've got. So we're going to go down for a bit to grab that, but we will be right back. Stay right where you are.
We will try to be watching